Coming up, I wish we were not doing this right now, but instead we were out drinking. I'm just kidding. Today we have our review of Finnegans at Universal Studios Florida to celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my.
Live from the Bob Marley studio in Orlando, Florida. This is the Universal edition of The Diz Unplugged. This is episode 79 of the Diz Unplugged Universal Edition. The Diz Unplugged Universal Edition is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. Let the experts at Dreams Unlimited Travel help you plan the perfect vacation. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Hi everyone, welcome to our episode today. As I said before, we are going to talk about our dining review of Finnegans. Very good. But before we get there, I should introduce myself. I am your host, your official redhead in the room, Craig Williams. But I am in zero way Irish at all, unless I don't know anything about my heritage or lineage or any of that. But pretty sure I'm not. So joined with me today is Jenny Linnup.
Hey, everybody. Are we talking about Irish puns and celibacy today?
We're celebrating the celibates.
Celibacy.
Is that what St. Patrick's Day is about? About celibacy?
Celebrating the celibates.
Something like
Or is
that.
St. Patrick's Day about the day that, well, is that still St. Patrick's Day is the snake day, right?
Something
Someone
about
hit someone with a snake?
St. Patrick drove the snakes from Ireland. He did that. It was a thing.
So if
I
you
heard
have
something
a really
about it.
sick mind, then technically celibacy works here.
Okay. Also, are we supposed to be announcing our ethnicity in today's introductions?
Sure.
Yeah, we're going
Okay.
the World War II route.
Totally not Irish either.
Oh.
French and German represent.
But you got your good old.
But I
Lucky
do
Charm back
I
here.
have my green on.
Well,
Dun 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 bound chicka wow.
I've got my green on too.
Downtown.
Multiple places. On my shirt. Under my pants. Back on the controls are resident Irishman who doesn't wish he was Irish because he is Irish. And he also used Irish Spring soap today. Irish Spring soap.
I
for
do.
the clean, invigorating feeling you can't get with any other cleaning product. Go
It
with
smells like my
Irish
grandpa.
Spring. Rhino Clavin.
Hey, I am Irish. Like 90%.
All right, so we got one in the room.
Fantastic. We got one in the room. So, yeah, really big, exciting show today. I say that every week, and every week I let you guys down. So let's
you sure do.
try not to do that this time. Wow, Finnegans, a huge, huge dining review for us because it's the first actual sit-down restaurant dining review that we're doing for Universal Studios Florida, that park. Then again, there's technically only 2 restaurants that we could actually do that with, so odds aren't awful on that, but I'm very excited to talk about it. We had a rather good time that I hope we will capture the essence of our experience from that meal during this show. If not, Rhino also did put together a very fun video that actually showed our experience there with just mild cursing, only slightly offensive to people named Susan.
PG-13.
Old Susie.
Old Susie, that son of a gun.
I wish I had that on cue.
Yeah, you know.
I need a sound button back here.
It's okay. Yeah, we need to bring back the Prizematron just for bleep purposes.
Yeah.
But no, so I'm really excited to talk about that. But before we get into everything, we are going to have some buzz today. Good amounts happened before we did this all over the week. But I got to throw it out to housekeeping. Whenever I don't, that's when we end up having it.
Yeah, I don't got anything this week. Sorry.
Rhino?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm just trying
to let you sip that drink.
Sorry for all those listening out there. The reason that Rhino was stalling is because I was trying to have a drink of water.
Sipping from the world's largest, easily.
Yeah, I keep upgrading my drink container sizes. So before I was at a 32-ounce growler. Now I'm at a 64-ounce insulated growler.
And then next week you'll be at the water cooler level.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm about to just bring a gallon jug. And
it's time.
Go nuts.
Oh, see, I don't
it's time.
Yeah, I don't want to keep wasting. I don't want to just keep wasting everyone's time with small cups. I want to
Just be efficient about
I want
it.
to be efficient.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm all for it.
save the environment. Save it. Well, since I guess there is no housekeeping today, let's go ahead and kick it off in the buzz.
Boom, kicked.
Okay.
No, Rhino's not going to say.
Oh, did you want me to do the...
No. Actually, I do have to mention this is kind of housekeeping.
Great, I already put up the lower throw.
No, you're good. It was in terms of every once in a while I go back and look on iTunes for our reviews whenever someone actually posts them. All my pleas for iTunes reviews have been kind of helpful. They haven't been the best reviews.
Oh, ouch.
I'll just throw that out there. We got at least a couple good ones in there, but one of them was a 1-star review where apparently they've listened since day one of the show, but they've just had enough with our random singing. They finally gave up on it.
They're like, I held in there for 2 years.
They are still doing
Then
this.
they went with the musical episode, and I was out.
Yeah,
serenading every woman that left a comment last week.
She's not going to like the... well, that person's definitely not going to enjoy the review of Finnegan's video I put up then, because there is some singing in that.
Listen, our singing is what makes this show awesome. So with that, let's take it into the buzz.
Buzz!
Okay, the first item in the buzz today, everything that's buzzing, is... well, last week, if you watched our show or listened to it, you heard me say a lot of harsh words about the world.
Yeah,
we had this discussion about the
WWE
rumor
Hall of Fame.
on the WWE restaurant going into NBA restaurants.
See?
I know, it's like,
See?
there's another letter in there, and I need to pick the right one.
The MBD sports restaurant, no big deal sports restaurant.
And if everyone remembers correctly, Craig over here said... This is not happening. It's all been but confirmed that there's going to be a chocolate restaurant going into that space. Well, this last week, it has been confirmed.
Boom.
The Toothsome Chocolate Factory is coming later this year to Universal City Walk.
Yes. So for everyone out there who said that I was being completely rude and making presumptuous making presumptuous claims about the amount of money that people that follow the WWE have to spend on extravagant restaurants and Hall of Fames. Apparently Universal agrees with me because Toothsome Chocolate Factory will be coming to that location.
It is. Although, I do think you were being a little bit mean. Anyway.
I'm not being mean. It was honest.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
poor. I am so in debt from all the crazy things that I do. I don't have money, but I accept that. I don't have money to do some of my favorite things that I want to do. It's just life.
That's not really what the issue was, but moving on. Okay, so this is going into that space near the entrance of Islands of Adventure, and the menu sounds pretty varied. It's going to have an all-day brunch menu, actually, that has things like crepes and quiches on it. There's also going to be regular items like steak, seafood, pasta, sandwiches, salad, but they're supposed to somehow have a creative twist to them. I don't know what the twist is, but it's supposed to be special.
Chocolate chips.
I would say probably chocolate.
On seafood?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, like a mole sauce.
Mole?
Mole.
You sounded like you were throwing up or something.
Mole.
Okay, and then obviously they're going to have some really fancy desserts, and the pictures of the desserts have me very, very excited. It reminds me of some kind of cross between Willy Wonka and the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus or something.
Okay, so I knew that at some point in time in my life I had something infused with chocolate and lobster, and Jillian's going to be kicking me somewhere out there because I couldn't pick it up right away. It was the Dogfish Head Brewing makes a chocolate lobster beer every now and then. It actually wasn't as gross as it sounds. It was kind of decent,
mildly
but
appalling.
I vomited twice.
Yeah, only twice. That's up from a couple times. But in that search for figuring out where I had chocolate lobster before, Bobby Flay has a recipe on his Food Network page for a chocolate lobster taco.
Oh, Bobby.
Using 1 ounce of bittersweet chocolate in it. So it's not out of the realm. Apparently, some people enjoy this.
You know what? I was excited about this menu till you started talking about chocolate lobster tacos.
I think there's actually an episode of Top Chef where they were like challenged to do meals with chocolate once too. I feel like I remember that. But there was also a season that was like just desserts.
I think you just described every single episode
of
Top Chef. They have to use food to make
food.
That's weird.
Wow.
I thought it was just a special episode I was watching. Huh. Weird.
So
right,
keep us going here.
The desserts, they've got a lot of milkshakes. That's kind of going to be the special thing.
Tell me, does it bring
Okay.
all the boys to the yard? I hate myself. Go on.
Yes. What was I
My
supposed to respond to
milkshakes
that?
bring all the boys to the yard.
They're like, it's better than yours. Oh, no, we're singing.
Was that a setup?
I didn't do it on purpose.
I don't even know what you're singing, but I'm
Whoa, hold it, shift it back for me for 1 second. You have
Reverse.
never heard Milkshake by, oh my gosh, I can't even remember her name right now. Starts with a K, I'm pretty sure.
Kesha?
No, sweet Jesus, no.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Can you
Never
find
mind.
the cue?
We'll show it to you later.
Okay.
Show it to you later.
We'll
Back
put in
on
a
track.
little milkshake music video here in a minute. Was that bad? Was I not supposed to say? Okay.
When you hear the song, you're going to understand.
Okay. So listen to some of these milkshakes. Chocolate times 5, bacon brittle, espresso buzz, red velvet, and key lime pie.
Oh, yeah.
Along with that, there's going to be ice cream sundaes, like salted caramel flan, chocolate brownie bark, and s'mores.
God. Diabetes is going to feel real good.
Exactly. I put in the post that I wrote that we're all going to be lining up for cavities and dental drillings.
You know what we should do? We should go here when it opens. We'll get the dessert here. We'll shoot on over to the sugar factory. We'll grab ourselves the fishbowl sized can filled with the Swedish fish, and then we'll go
And
to
then we'll
the
die happily.
Well, what's the indoor trampoline place? Because then we'll go there and do backflips for 3 hours.
rebounders.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
Look for
Or-
that
or
future
not.
vlog.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Kellis or Keelis?
Yeah,
Kellis?
yeah. Khalees.
Khalees. There we go.
Yeah.
Khaleesi.
I-
Okay.
Okay, I did not know this person existed. We're almost done.
Almost.
So the last piece about this is there's supposed to be a kitchen where you can watch them making the chocolate. They sell it in a store that's there. It's available to buy, and the whole thing is done in a 19th century steampunk type theme. The end.
There it is. Again.
Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about. We can't judge the food yet. It hasn't come out yet.
Hold on. I want to say why this picture is amazing here. I like that they did this, like the sun is coming out behind it, but then it's also got the spotlights on, but then it's like the trees around it. So you're like, I imagine you're the kids Hansel and Gretel, and the witch has gone into like some sort of industry thing, and this is what they walked upon in the middle of the woods. Whereas I don't think there's trees or anything like this at City Walk.
If they're off to the side there. However, if NBA City looked that glorious in the mornings, it'd still be around. I have a feeling. I am very excited about the menu for this. I think it sounds so intriguing, so radical, so different for anything else that is at Universal right now.
Yeah,
and I'll even
absolutely.
say I'll throw on Disney in that. It's different for both places. So I think there's some serious potential here for this being an amazing restaurant. The one place that I hit a glitch on is with the steampunk part of it. I feel like steampunk is kind of on the way out.
Yeah, I won't.
Not
yeah,
necessarily, but a bit on the way out.
I won't debate that.
And that-
it is a little bit post steampunkish here.
However,
Not as trendy.
steampunk still, in like the way that they're showing some of the interior photos, it's steampunk, but it's steampunk that actually has an elegance to it. It even if they decide to change the costumes for the people who are working inside the restaurant, I still feel like it will just look like this weird, bizarre turn of the century style place if you strip away all the steampunk to it. So maybe that will give it some legs. I would have almost enjoyed a little bit more whimsy, going more for a Willy Wonka.
You know what? I thought that as well.
In the Chocolate Factory ripoff.
I thought that as well.
Not Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. We don't need any more of that crap.
Willy Wonka specifically.
Willy Wonka.
When I was writing the article, and I mentioned this before, like it feels like it's got a little bit of that. We have some movies out there that are very whimsical, like you're saying, but with a steampunk type flair, like Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus and that type of thing.
For
and
all
as
10 people who saw that.
I was one of the 10. So anyway, I really did like the concept art, but I thought something similar, like they probably could have dressed this up a little bit more and made it a little bit more.
I don't know.
I think whimsy is a good word. Let's just stick with that one.
I kind of like this factory setting here, or at least this rendering of it in this photo looks kind of neat to me. But I haven't seen those other photos that you were talking about, so I don't know.
It's a lot of brass, dark wood, gadgetry.
I'm sorry, I could have shown you them. I didn't realize there was more than one photo
Yeah.
here. I have seen these.
It's a bit straightforward. I thought it could have done with maybe a little bit more splash of color here and there.
Well, it's amazing.
But it does look great, and it does look sophisticated.
Well, will you look at that? She's in the exact same position in two different places.
I can see your dreams, children.
Children.
This is actually the Chocolate Factory inspired by the Child Catcher from
Chitty Bang Bang.
That was part of the Crino episode.
See, you guys have all the fun without me.
Out on the Child Catcher video.
I need to just not miss any more episodes because apparently that's when all the fun stuff happens and I just am left behind.
It was a weird one, just to say the least. I think the most positive thing about this, though, is, we did discuss pretty much all the rumors of what could go in this place. And what we end up getting is another unique new creation done by Universal instead of an outside chain coming in and putting their stamp on it. And that's what's most important about this, that Universal is realizing that they have the potential to do these great things. And instead of outsourcing it, they're doing it themselves. And I cannot wait for that.
It's exciting.
Yep. So let's move on to the second news, which is also exciting and of epic proportions. Let's say Kong-sized proportions. New details were released about the Kong ride vehicles, Skull Island, Reign of Kong. So, we've been told in the news about these vehicles from time to time about how big they were going to be and just how amazing these things were going to be. And Universal finally kind of released a little bit more on it. They kind of released basically everything that they're willing to say about it. So these vehicles weigh 17 tons.
Wow.
40 feet long, 13 feet high, and will be able to carry 72 people.
13 feet high?
13 feet high. That's like take Craig, stack another Craig on top of it, and then a fetus.
Okay, that was a good one. I don't even know how to react to that.
I was just thinking, and then reach up for the light bulb, but you went right into the womb.
Fantastic.
Why? Why are the vehicles 13 feet high plus a fetus?
Okay, well, these are your expedition vehicles, the Eighth Wonder expedition vehicles that are going to take you deep into these amazing jungles and environments. First off, this is going to be a trackless ride system. We've known that for quite some time because you could see the progression from the top of Camp Jurassic. Whenever you get to the tippy top of the one overlook, you could see down, and there was never a track appearing. And so it's a trackless ride system. For people out there who don't know what that is, if you've ever ridden Great Movie Ride or Tower of Terror, think about how
Luigi's Crapola, whatever the new thing is.
Yeah,
The
Rollickin'.
Empire of the Penguin in SeaWorld.
Exactly. It's you don't see anything on the ground, but it's all using sensors and advanced technology. It tells everything where to go and to not go off path. So, obviously, because of that, there's going to be a lot of computers held inside these ride vehicles to make them work. And I think they're going to be absolutely brilliant. I still haven't been able to get over to the overlook and see these ride vehicles testing, which I hear they're not doing it that much during guest hours, but sometimes early in the morning and then closer to later on in the day, they've been out there moving. So hopefully I'll get a chance to see it at one point. Regardless, as they get closer and closer to opening, they're going to start running more and more to get the testing process going. So it's just a matter of time before I get to check it out. But besides that, they also announced the people who will be driving the vehicles. 5 big personalities.
5 big ones.
5 big old personalities.
Who
So,
are they, Craig?
We have Becky Callahan, the loose cannon cowgirl who isn't fazed by the dangers awaiting her on Skull Island.
Oh, goodness.
We have Will Denham, the fresh-faced, adventure-seeking younger cousin of famed movie director Carl Denham.
Inventor of jeans.
Carl Denham, of course, was played by Jack Black in the 2005
Oh, so
King Kong.
they're grabbing this
Oh,
one here
okay.
in a time frame.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all kind of linked together. Jinx Costanza, a hardened New York City ex-con
Can't
who is
stand her.
wary of the island's mysteries. Kalana, a mystical descendant of the natives who first settled on the island. Charles Doc Jordan, a PhD student in paleontology who took time off his studies to explore the world.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are any of these people in that series that they put out, those webisodes about the ride?
No. Those are, I haven't watched and stayed up with them, but from everything that I understood, those are more of like an outside documentary looking back onto the island.
As to how the island came into being?
Yeah, whereas this is all taking place in that,
With
that
this is the
early Kong
expedition
period.
team that's
Yes.
leading us into the perils of Skull Island.
Yes, that's what I would say. I don't know, though.
Okay.
I haven't written it yet. But I haven't really been up to all of the discussion about the details on this ride, and because I really, for the first time, I've been trying to play this one as closely to staying away from the rumors and just waiting for the official news. But we talked about it before, and I don't know where it ended up on, but the potential of using actors as drivers or going the route of using projection systems, kind of like how Christopher Walken was portrayed in Disaster, and do it that style and have them in there. And just based on the video, I could be completely wrong, but it looked like they would have easily been able to do that projection image
Interesting.
in the driver's seat, so everyone sitting in there looking forward would really think that there's someone driving there, and then
That's
that
kinda
could
cool.
that would have the potential to. I don't know if all these people will individually be driving the cars or if they'll be coming in at points to drive the cars or what, but I guess it would enable people to like swap in and out for that. And then at one point there was a wild rumor that Kong would pull your driver out of the car, and then that would still kind of
That's cool.
come into play where that whole technology could really be used for it. But I love how Universal is building up this hype for this attraction. They could easily go the Disney route and show little to not so impressive information, but it seems like now they're stuck in this rhythm as it gets closer and closer that they want us to be pumped by it, and I'm super.
Well, it definitely
I'm
sets
happy.
expectations high, because I have to say, it. Again, we haven't been on the ride. I don't know for sure what it's going to be like, but from the things that you're describing, I don't know other rides that are like this. So it's kind of cool to see that they're kind of stepping out of the box rather than repeating an old concept, maybe blending some concepts, but do you know what I'm saying? It's not like
Kind of, sorta.
Transformers was kind of like
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
Yeah.
repeated in a new, with new things to look at.
Yeah, this is absolutely.
This is something very, very different.
This is the first of its kind. I mean, it's for Universal. It's the first of the kind for what they're doing. You think of it as just maybe one section of their tram for a tram tour and going through some of these elements, but we already know it's going to be a lot more than that. It's more than just 3D movie. It's this whole environment they're creating. So it's going to be good.
I have a question.
Yes.
That is not necessarily related, but you said a bunch of stuff that made me think of it.
Are you talking about Pteranodon flyers?
I am, yes.
Yes, I figured you would when I said early at night and later on in the day.
Well, and you also said Jurassic Overlook, and then you said paleontology. So there was a lot of key words that just kept it buzzing around in my head. But this is the
throw it
buzz.
out there.
Oh, Jugs
Knuckle.
McGee. Put your jugs away. Right, Craig?
Set it up, and I will knock it down.
I don't know how else to say.
Okay, Rhino was asking about Pteranodon flyers. It's been
wait, I
swirling
see what you're
around.
saying. Wait, let me do it now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So it's been swirling around out
Criminy.
there. That apparently they've been doing some testing with pterodon flyers that would involve you being able to ride without a child.
Yes.
I just got happy.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if it's true because I have had some people go and they weren't doing it. So it's clearly just a test.
It's a test. You might get lucky, you might not, based on time, and there may be no results that actually come of it. So only time will tell in this case. That's why I didn't throw it in, because I felt like it's cool. It is something that would have been housekeeping. That would have been perfect housekeeping.
Well, housekeeping could
Whip it up.
show up at any time after 9 a.m. You just don't know when you're staying in Hotel Dis Universal Unplugged Edition.
Wow.
I didn't say that right at
That
all.
was way off.
Diz Unplugged Universal Edition. The hotel. Oh my
Ab-
God, I hate myself.
Absolutely. Okay, so we are going to close up this buzz with one more quick story. Just something that we completely flew over last week, probably during my rage of going off on WWE. We completely forgot to mention it, that right now everything's pointing towards Nintendo debuting at Universal Studios Japan.
That's right.
In 2020. So just ahead of the Olympics coming to Tokyo. Which means that will potentially be the first park that gets any Nintendo addition to it.
And now we see how the partnership between Universal and Nintendo came into play. But, well, I'll let you go with more details before I ask my question. Go ahead.
Well, there's not a lot of details yet. There's a couple things that we do know. First off, this is not officially released news. This was revealed by Sankai News. And right now they're saying that Universal and Nintendo will be investing over $350 million into the brand new land that people are already saying is a theme park, because the morons who aren't in the theme park world, like everyone watching, listening right now, and all of us out there,
Don't know how to use terminology.
Yes, there is a difference between a theme park and a land in a theme park. But based on the size of this map that they put out there to show it, it's going to be right around the size of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Yes, we all know of that one. And that's all we really know right now. However, I've heard some things, not sure on the truth, the validity of them, but with all of it, it's that Japan's getting it first, followed by California, and then down the
fudge.
road to us, with Florida being last.
That-
Maybe not.
See,
but
and you answered my question before I even asked it, because I was wondering if you thought that the Nintendo situation could come into play with all of the new land that Universal bought over on, Universal Boulevard.
I had heard at one point that we were going to get Nintendo first, since we're kind of pushing the boundaries on everything right now. And then it would be followed by Japan and then Hollywood. But since then, Nintendo's been put on the back burner, and without giving away too much, there might be one attraction in the future that goes on the chopping block to be replaced, but I can't talk anything at all about it. All I know is that it would be really sad if it ends up coming to be. But I've got
We'll
to
be-
keep my
Stupid reasons.
We'll
I've
be
got to keep
losing
my mouth
something
shut
critical
on
then.
that.
I mean, it makes sense to me. Like, it's okay that it goes in Japan first. Nintendo is their thing. You know, that's where it comes from. So it's kind of like it's going to be a huge draw for that for that area.
For that market.
Yeah, exactly. And it is sad that we're going to have to wait so much longer for it. However, if all these rumors and all this stuff is true and it's going to go into a new park, I feel like what we'll end up with may end up being like 10 times better than what we were going to get, which kind of blows my mind even more because they're basically like, we'll hold it because if we have more space, then why not make it even better than we had before?
Yeah, I mean, this first one is supposed to be just Mario oriented, not taking all of the characters in the Nintendo landscape. So I think by the time we do get it, it will be a fully fleshed out, realized version.
Yeah.
And it will be the best it can be. So we'll see what ends up playing out with all that, but I can't wait for Nintendo to get here. I'm crossing my fingers that we don't get a Walking Dead year-round haunted house like the poor
California.
people in Hollywood just got, but we'll
I-
see what happens.
I want to
never
see if
know.
that even makes it the full year. Because I was just thinking about it, is that, so if it is a full year-round haunted house and they keep it staffed the way they do keep like a Walking Dead haunted house staff, like that's going to require a lot of characters in makeup every day from open until close,
Yes.
as opposed to just like several hours some nights a week.
Your first experience was just last year, but this isn't abnormal. Universal had actually 5 different houses on the upper lot before this. So they didn't say where this was going. I think it's going on the lower lot. But whenever you walked in the park, right on the left side as you came in was actually, that's where the year-round house was. It was like stage 17 or something like that. The last iteration that was in there was Universal House of Horrors, and it was this big mashup of like classic monsters
Wait, and
and other stuff.
it stayed for
Yeah,
other than
year-round.
Halloween Horror Nights?
Yeah,
Oh.
actually, at Halloween Horror Nights, they would change the house and they would adapt it to whatever theme they could put in. So
That's
the year I
interesting.
went,
Yeah.
it was an actual full face-off house instead of how we just got the
The
walk
scare
through
zone.
Hollywood with
Yeah.
that was completely crappy. You can say it now; it's been enough years. But their face-off house was out of this world. It was so cool. So this isn't anything new for them. It's stuff they've done before, and I will reserve judgment out always until we get to see it. But take the one franchise that we say that we are consistently sick of seeing at Halloween Horror Nights, and now let's give it to us 365 or 66 days of the year and do it. But hey,
Okay.
Okay.
hey.
Are we
Hey.
done?
I think that's going to do
doing
it for it.
Fiddler on the Roof?
So let's get to the whole reason that everyone came here to hear us talk about leprechauns and
Did you just say that with a French accent?
leprechauns.
I was thinking it
Leprechauns. Ha, ha, ha.
Les le bon temps leprechaun.
Les
It's
boissons.
les bon temps leprechauns.
Let the good leprechauns roll.
We did it. Was this in? Did it make it in your video?
No, I ended up cutting it out because I wasn't doing it.
I'm the leprechaun. I'm the leprechaun. There, we got it in there.
I wasn't
so.
doing a good Garth impersonation in the video, so I got rid of it.
I'm going to start calling you Darby O'Gill.
Is that Enya? Hey, no. No, that's Sixpence and Richard, the other people.
It's not. But we are ready to talk about our Finnegan's dining review. But before we do it, here's a little bit of a video of the actual Finnegan's establishment and some of the food and decorations, give you an idea of what it looks like. So for those of you who are listening and not watching, you'll be able to find this at youtube.com/wdwinfo. And for everyone watching, here it is. So that was
Special?
special. Yes, that was special nonetheless.
Blessed?
Nonetheless. Finnegans, where dreams go to
Die.
eat food. No, Finnegans. Why did we not come up with a catchphrase sooner?
I think you used them all up.
Yeah,
by
because
now.
we said that in the other vlog, there's the Finnegans. Will we come agains?
Yes.
And then
we can't ruin that.
I said that, yeah.
We can all
Finnegans.
tell them to watch the YouTube channel for that vlog, though.
Yes, for everyone who's like, you know what? I don't want to hear what they have to say right now. I'd rather go and watch it.
Screw these guys.
Yeah, screw you guys. Now's the time to go do that or whatever. Or just stay here and listen to
You
us.
can't watch it until 3,
do
so
both.
joke's on you. You should have stayed here.
Wow, that really applies to only the people watching live right now.
Well, I like to find an audience and just get the niche. I like if more than 3 people are listening, it's not my type of thing.
So, Finnegans is an Irish bar and grill in the New York portion of Universal Studios, Florida, kind of basically directly across from Revenge of the Mummy. Finnegans is open year-round, like most restaurants and things are inside the theme park. However, it really is best at this time of the year. Maybe it's the St. Patrick's Day mood in the air. Maybe it's the fact that a lot of Mardi Gras is happening right in that area during this time, and there's a nice big full bar inside there. It could be a whole lot of things, but regardless, Finnegans is a special place.
I
I've
love
had
how
some
we're
good
getting
times in there.
getting so philosophical here.
It's the best way to do things.
Okay.
If you can't get philosophical, what is the point of living?
That itself was philosophical.
Exactly. Philosophy. Just do it.
It's universal.
Philosophy is universal. So I have a love relationship with, obviously, as always, we get over here very on the Americanized side of Irish English food. I love pub food. Clearly, look at my body type. I love pub food. There's fastest way to add on some pounds is a pile of fish and
Diet
chips
of pub
and
A
food.
nice beer and
some very nice
something with cheese.
nice dark porter, you know.
You know.
So
My heart hurts.
of course I was excited. I've had Finnegans a couple times. Once a long time ago, just sat at the bar and had fish and chips. Had a very nice experience with that. But at the same time, it also didn't blow me away that I went back soon. I just dined there over Halloween Horror Nights with my sister.
I was just going to
And
say that.
we
I
had
tend to
a-
go at Halloween Horror Nights.
We had a decent experience then. It was good. It was good, and then we did this, and I think I'm still on the same level with this place.
You're consistently meh.
Good, not great.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the pros first. Pros, it seems like this place is genuinely easy to get into.
I'm sorry. I
Because-
thought in my head I went pros before host. Go ahead.
Nice.
Fantastic.
That's an Irish bar.
Pros, not before the other thing. It's genuinely easy to get into this place a lot of times, except during busier periods like Halloween Horror Nights, where this place will fill up. Especially, Finnegans is one of the locations of the
corralling.
the corralling of the
people.
early entry.
What's it called? Stay and scare or something?
Yeah, the stay and
Running of the
scream.
bulls.
And so this is actually, that's why my sister and I ate there, because we needed a place to eat. So
It's a good way to kill time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And other pros about this place, I love the interior. I love the decoration. As you saw in the video, which I didn't include any pictures for everyone watching live now, so you already saw it though. There'll be pictures in the show notes, of course, of this actual place.
And we also have pictures on our Facebook page.
That's a good point. We do have pictures of it on our
I
Facebook
saw a little
page.
post this morning.
Yeah, we created an album with a few pictures of Finnegans for y'all to browse through.
Yay!
Okay.
Yep.
And
And with that,
I love the decoration. I mean, it's all over the place, just layered with the classic Guinness signs. My goodness, my Guinness. Stuff like that. I love all of the memorabilia that's kind of hanging on the walls. The fact that they have a musician that plays in there various times throughout the day, playing a lot of classic Irish music.
Like the Proclaimers.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Did you want me to sing it?
yes.
Yes. I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man.
We are definitely meeting
Sure.
the song quota for this episode.
Yeah.
Your iTunes reviews do not matter to us.
Nope.
This
Where
musical
was I?
podcast.
I love the bar here.
Live music.
I love the bar. This is it's a
bar's
full
great.
bar in here. So by full bar it means
Gin.
you have all types of liquor.
Liqueur?
That is liqueur and liquor that is available at your expense, as well as a nice selection of beers going from your Guinness, Strongbow, Harp, and then Bud Light, Yingling, all that if you're not feeling adventurous into the English-Irish realms.
When you say full bar, do you also mean that you can order off the menu at the bar?
Yes, you actually also can order off the menu at the bar too. So for people like me who like to eat at bars, this is a good place that you can do that. And also, weirdly enough, there's this one inside the interior. There's this one long table that goes down, has a break in the middle, and then continues on. And you can actually stand there and also order and just stand and eat your meal.
Which is a nice thing to know about because on the occasions when the restaurant is packed and you cannot get a seat, you're still welcome to walk into the bar area. Right?
Yes, that's actually.
I'm agreeing with you, but I was waiting for him to say something.
Bueller?
Sure can.
Sure can. Well, here's the problem. So we just made complete asses out of ourselves because the Proclaimers are Scottish.
Shoot.
Whoops.
Vagina. It's all the same.
Oh my gosh. Yes, we are arrogant,
It's not all the same.
self-centered
I really
Americans.
apologize to anybody who I just offended because I am not Scottish. I am sorry.
Yeah, there you go. That just happened.
Okay, well, give me a good.
Yeah.
How about Enya? She's Irish. I know that for sure. And you're going to tell me she's
You're
not.
going to sing
I'm gonna
Enya now?
Let's just stop making assumptions about who and who isn't Irish. Okay.
I'm just soothing people into a coma or a car accident, one of the two.
So the bar here is amazing. Again, Halloween Horror Nights, we're talking very busy. This is a very busy location.
I'm just visualizing Rhino soothing people into car accidents. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry. Maybe I've been to the bar already today. Am I right?
Okay.
All right, sorry.
I wish I was there. I
Just double in your efforts. I stole your joke.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
no.
I don't want to spend too much time just talking about this aspect. Let's talk about what we came there for, and that was
Food.
the
It's
eaten.
the food.
That was the food to eaten. So
grubs.
Finnegans, as we already said, it is English-Irish standard fare. I'm going to kind of go over what they consider to be their signature menu items, the ones that it's their original recipes. For appetizers, that would range from their Finnegan's potato and onion web, which is essentially just onion straws and potato sticks that have been fried
Like
to
those
the
hash
point
brown
that, yeah,
things?
you're essentially just ingesting oil. It's crunchy oil, but it's good. Scotch eggs, which we're fans of Scotch eggs. We'll talk about these ones though. Cornish pasties, we'll also talk about those. Here's my problem on their appetizer menu. They have Irish chicken stingers. So basically what they did was they just did buffalo chicken tenders and they put the name Irish in front of it and sold it as...
They're like, what word could we
I
use
feel like they
besides
did-
tender?
I-
Sting them with it.
Yeah, I really feel like they did that with a couple items on their menu.
Yeah.
Like the Irish Cobb salad.
yeah. They added a little
Again.
shreds of corned beef. And they're
Yeah,
like,
they
it's
added
Irish.
corned beef, so they topped it with a Scotch egg. So I'll give them a little bit more credit on that. Other things with the soup, the Celtic chicken club salad, which this is where you would go. Like the only thing that sets it apart from any other kind of like chicken club salad is that they put on the potato and onion web. Starter on
So you went for your
on
healthy
the
option,
salad.
and really you went with the heart attack that came with it.
Yeah, exactly. So then going on to the entrees, fish and chips. That isn't one of their classic Irish fares that they came up with the original
I was
recipe
going to
for.
say, isn't
but
that primarily a British thing?
yeah, but I mean, regardless, you always think of anytime you're going to go into a restaurant like this, you would expect fish and chips to be like a signature item. Here it's not. They have instead the Guinness beef stew, not to be mistaken with the Guinness beef and lamb stew over at Diagon Alley. They have a shepherd's pie, the Dingle seafood pie,
There's a name for you.
and
Nothing
the,
says eat me like Dingle.
the corned beef sandwich, which was maybe something that we got. And their last signature item from the entrees is the Web Burger, which is a burger that, again, has the crispy potato onion web on top.
Shoot, I feel like we should have got that thing now.
Yeah, whenever it shows up in the menu so many times, you realize we missed
I
an
think we
opportunity
made a mistake.
there.
Yeah.
But, I do care about my health right now. I'm trying to get into better shape. The best way to do that is by not ingesting crunchy grease.
That's true.
And of course, there's a ton of other things on the menu: corned beef and cabbage, chicken, steak, bangers and mash, all that stuff. It's all on there. So let's go over what we had. So
Let's talk about our least favorite appetizer first.
let's talk about that. Yeah. So
There's Cornish pasties.
Boom.
Cornish pasties, bite-sized pasty pie stuffed with ground beef, potatoes, and carrots, served with homemade apple beet salad.
Bees?
Beets?
Beets?
Bees.
Yes, they did it again.
I'd been waiting for you to say the word beets this entire episode to do it.
Yeah.
I was doing Arrested Development. I don't know what you're doing now.
Are
you in the Proclaimers
I keep going
mode?
back to the Proclaimers now.
Yeah. It's back to the...
Dum, da, dum, dum.
So, the Cornish pasties, I guess I was the only one at the table who actually enjoyed these.
Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you right here. You just described it as having like potato and carrots and peas in it, and I only remember meat in mine.
Can I tell you how I describe it?
If you have, when this is over, when that video goes live, you should watch JL's reaction of eating these.
Am I eating this wrong? Am I eating this
She was just like,
I had it.
this is good.
I thought-
oh, God. Like it just changes
That's
so
exactly
fast.
what happened. I took a bite. I thought, all right, this works. And then as soon as Rhino cut the camera, I nearly threw up. Something went very wrong in the process of tasting this thing. It tasted like
Garbage.
dog crap.
You called it a dog
dog
biscuit
food
turnover. Yeah.
That is, it tasted like dog food. I couldn't.
She's
I
very
tried.
familiar with all
It
brands.
was so bad that I asked multiple times if I was eating this incorrectly because apparently I was doing something wrong. I didn't know if I was missing a dip or a sauce. I thought there's no way that a human being is expected to ingest it as I just have because it is terrible. The end.
No, I loved it. I didn't think it was the best pasty I've ever had. Not by a long shot, but it wasn't bad. It was good.
We
thought-
could not differ on this more. I really felt like I
think
was
I
eating
was
dog
right in
food.
the middle. I don't like beets, and there was like a beet soaked into the bottom of it, but I just thought it was bland. I don't know that I would say it was like terrible, but you throw on that sauce from our other appetizer, and I was on board. But I certainly did not eat another one, and that is uncommon for me.
Yeah.
So the other appetizer, though.
The other
pretty
appetizer,
good.
though, was a winner in a sense in our books. That, of course, would be Scotch eggs. We can't go somewhere and not get Scotch eggs.
That's our signature thing at this point.
It's our signature thing. Bad singing and Scotch eggs.
Hey, you
These
know what? They
Scotch
brought
eggs-
Scotch eggs onto the menu, so maybe it's okay that we have Scotch singers in our episode.
There you go.
Boom. Nailed it.
Perfect. She found it. Hard-boiled egg wrapped in sausage, dusted with breadcrumbs, and fried. Breadcrumbs.
Wow. We can't recover from that one.
It's not even the fact
There's
that you
nothing-
said it. It's the
Wow.
fact that you repeated it.
I didn't know what I said.
He had to say it again just to actually catch it.
Oh,
Gosh, I have to do some
Jesus.
editing now.
Oh, man.
Oh, tears in my eyes.
That's exciting. Breadcrumbs.
More apple beet salad and mustard sauce.
I don't like you talking about it anymore.
I don't think I've ever seen Rhino get that red.
Oh gosh, I'm crying. Okay, so this business here is probably I've had Scotch eggs in 3 places now at Universal. It was Diagon Alley, the bar at City Walk, the NBC Sports Brew and Grill, and here. And I think this is my least favorite, but I also didn't dislike them. I liked them a lot, and I thought the sauce with them was great. The mustard, whatever.
The mustard was good.
Yeah, the mustard was good. I'm not sure about those breadcrumbs, but the mustard was pretty good.
Wow.
I just didn't listen to you, honestly. I just blacked out there for a second. Not the best we had, but these were very good Scotch eggs. I enjoyed them. I'd get them again here.
I
easily.
love the
It's
sauce.
All right, so I'm
$6.59.
just going to confess. I know that I ate Scotch eggs in all of those locations as well. I don't remember enough about how they tasted to do a comparison, but
No,
I
you
liked
did not
these
like
just
the
fine.
sports ones
I
because they had
didn't.
the
Okay.
they were the crab ones. Remember, you had them and you were like, "What's
Oh,
wrong with them? Something's wrong
yes.
with them."
That's right. Am I doing this right?
Yeah, but it comes up a lot now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, no, but I was cool with these. I liked these Scotch eggs.
How's the chat room going?
Bread,
Craig?
crumbs, and all.
Yeah, and the mustard sauce, as Rhino said, on par, just excellent.
good.
I literally
Did not
had it
need
on
the beets.
everything.
Good.
Did not need the beets at all. At $6.59, I thought this was a much better deal, also than the Cornish pasties at $7.99.
Oh yeah, for
But
sure.
hey, that's our taste. So let's move on to the entrees. Or actually,
wait
sorry,
a minute.
we have to talk about one important part here too. In between all that, the bread. The bread was served on a 4-leaf clover, and it was a
Soda bread.
soda bread. So if you haven't had soda bread before, it's not just your normal bread. It's a little bit different. I enjoyed this, especially the apple butter that was served with it.
Oh,
Could have
God.
ate this apple butter forever
Yeah,
and
It's-
ever.
delish.
It's good stuff.
I thought the bread was it was okay. It was decent, but the highlight of that dish for sure. That apple butter, I would have like packaged that up and started my own apple butter company. Then you'd see me homeless on the side of the road somewhere, but that's that.
was
You do
good.
that, Rhino.
So before we got our entrees, but after the apps, JL, you were delivered a side salad.
I ordered a side salad to accompany my entree for a couple extra dollars, and the truth is
It's hidden in those tomatoes, JL.
there was beet apple salad in my salad.
Good God.
Like there was beet apple salad with everything else. Fortunately, though, I was a fan of the beet apple salad, so I didn't mind the fact that it showed up yet once again. And I'm not sure what this is saying for the rest of the meal, but that very simple salad was probably
The highlight of your-
I would say the highlight, but then again, I did really like the Scotch eggs. It was tied. The side salad was good. Everything seemed fresh. I liked the beet apple salad. It was good. I didn't leave anything left in the bowl, which ended up being a good call because then we moved on to the entrees.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
And what did you get?
I got the fish and chips.
Boom, there they are. They look a little
And-
shiny here.
Yes. So, okay, I'm not especially a fish person in general, but I do eat fish and chips on occasion, and I generally enjoy them. I did not enjoy these fish and chips because I am sure that there were probably 5 gallons of oil poured into each strip of fish. I felt like I was just eating oil and it was drizzling down my face. It was so much. Are you thinking about breadcrumbs?
No, I'm not.
Anyway, there was so much oil in these things that I couldn't make it past the first strip. I just had to leave the rest of them. I took them home to my kids who they can have heart attacks. I'm just going to bypass that.
It was like low lighting too, and even in the low lighting, the photo here is like shiny.
It was excessive. It really was excessive. I had no problem with the fish part. The fish part tasted good. It was just that oil, deep fried oil, grossness.
Yeah. Well, mine was the Guinness beef stew, just because I wanted to try it and compare it to the beef and lamb stew over at Leaky Cauldron, and I wasn't disgusted by this.
Well, that's a glowing review.
No, it really wasn't bad. Country fare stew brimming with beef, carrots, and pearl onions, and a Guinness-infused gravy surrounding a stack of mashed potatoes at $13.49. I felt that the size of the entree was very fair for the price, whereas your fish and chips at $13.99 I felt was a little bit
excessive.
However, let's also keep in mind that down the road at Disney, if you go to Rose and Crown, their fish and chips that you would get at the restaurant is this one long piece of fish. But that's also, that's very pricey too.
What about the fish and chips that you get on the outside of the Rose and Crown?
On the outside one, I believe that one is around $9.99, $10.99, $11.99.
I eat those, and I am very happy when I eat
You
those.
only get 2 pieces there. So you technically get more with this, and you get a little bit more chips with this too. So I would say for the price it's fair. However, it probably could have been closer to 12-ish. Mine I felt was fair at $13.49. Flavor was good. Obviously you don't taste Guinness in the gravy or anything. But it was a good beef stew. It was really solid. On a cold day, this would have been amazing. On the 80 to 90 degree day, not as great. Definitely not as great, but overall it was a solid dish. I would have gave it a B, right around that, on a scale of I'm just making up letters and numbers in my head as we go along. I liked it. I would get it again. I only finished about half of it, and I was going to take the other half home and reheat later, because I think that's also important with the stew, is the reheatability later on and tasting it. But I forgot my to-go box on the table, and just ruined that whole plan.
They bust you.
But overall, I think I would feel comfortable ordering this again, but I'd probably be a little more tempted to try the bangers and mash the next time, or get the fish and chips and see if it was as greasy as with yours. But yeah, it was good. Rhino?
Yeah, I had the corned beef. It had a special name that I can't remember though.
It was probably the
corned beef
Irish
sandwich.
corned beef.
It was
I think it had
Tipperary
Yeah,
corned
it had a T.
beef sandwich, fresh baked pretzel roll with warm corned beef topped with sautéed onions, Swiss cheese, lettuce, tomato, and pickle, served with wedge fries for $10.99.
Yeah, I for $10.99. Well, okay. First of all, the corned beef inside of the sandwich was actually like thin sliced, like deli meat, almost like sandwich meat, and that took me off guard a little bit, because I thought for sure this was gonna be like the chunks of corned beef that kind of like fall apart, What? I liked that it was served on a pretzel bun. I actually thought that was kind of unique. I don't think I've ever had corned beef like served with a pretzel bun before, and it's something that when I eat my corned beef and cabbage tonight, I might see about getting some pretzel buns to like have it in, because I thought it was a nice nice little flavor contrast there. Overall, it was okay. It was a little bland, because there wasn't really like a sauce or anything with it. So again, like everything I ate that night, I put the Scotch egg, like that spicy mustard on it, which I normally put my mustard on my corned beef, and I thought it was actually pretty good like that. I mean, I ate the whole thing, and the fries were pretty good too. And you're telling me $10.99? I think it's pretty reasonable for what I ate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I just have to throw this out there. We have a new Universal show first. Someone said mud butt in the chat room describing the food.
Mud butt?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Diarrhea.
Okay. I was thinking
Oh.
diarrhea the whole time, but I was like, well, J.O. was talking about the grease and the grease and the grease, and so I started laughing, not because the breadcrumbs, but all I could think was diarrhea.
So,
Lovely.
We're just getting to whole new levels of class here.
I know,
Yeah.
every episode we
going
just
up.
take it down.
Can't wait to see what the next
Level.
1-star rating says.
Yeah. So, let's go ahead and mention a couple more things before we wrap up here. The food, which obviously we would call it mixed. Might be good, might be bad. All depends on circumstance you go in here. We did order a couple beverages. I myself had to get a Guinness there, but we're not here to review Guinness. That's been done a million times. Rhino did try an Irish car bomb here, so I feel like we need to bring that up for a second.
Yeah, and so I ordered an Irish car bomb. I think it was like $1 more than the Guinness that you got.
Yes. What is an Irish car bomb?
An
for those out
Irish
there?
car bomb is Guinness, and then it comes with a shot that is half Bailey's, half Irish whiskey. And so they bring you the cup, which is a plastic cup. It's not the cup that the other beers are served in. A plastic, was that a 12-ounce cup, I think? And a regular glass shot glass. So the thing that kind of threw me a little bit is the beer is like less than halfway full. So it's not like when you do an Irish car bomb, it's usually like 3/4 of the way full. It's not, the glass can't be completely full because it has to be able to sustain the shot glass dropping in. Because I should have said that. Before you do an Irish car bomb, you take the glass, you take the shot, you drop the shot glass in, and then you chug the whole thing because the Bailey starts to curdle in the beer, and that's the whole challenge, drink the whole thing.
Yeah.
So this clearly wasn't that difficult because once I didn't drop the glass in, I just poured it in. It still was not even like really halfway full, so it was kind of like it was okay. It wasn't the experience I
not
was hoping for.
impressed.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a bit anticlimactic. for
Exactly.
Rhino.
Yeah.
Anticlimactic, I think, is the perfect way to describe dessert as well.
Yeah.
There is no dessert menu at Finnegans, just a choice of dessert shooters that you can get, which include a raspberry cheesecake, cookies and cream, a creme brulee,
There was like a
and chocolate
sugar-free one
cake,
too, I think.
and then
Yeah.
a sugar-free
Chocolate mousse.
Chocolate mousse. We tried the strawberry cheese, or not the strawberry, the raspberry cheesecake, the cookies and cream, and the creme brulee, and each one was just very interesting. I had the strawberry, or gosh, the raspberry, and it was the world's thickest cheesecake put in the world's thickest raspberry syrup, and I ate it all for some reason. I don't know why, but it was.
Ate all the creme brulee.
These shooters were $1.75. So with the right choice, it might be worth it, but raspberry cheesecake, no.
They're $1.75, and you're getting exactly what you paid for. $1.75 dessert right there. Like that's the best way to describe it. I want to throw it out there while this happened too. Our service was not amazing. We finally had a strikeout here. He was kind of like weird, but he also didn't he kind of disappeared for long periods of time, and then he yelled the desserts to us from a distance and we didn't really hear, and he kept leaving before we could ask for more stuff. And
There was no dessert menu. We didn't get drinks for a while. You guys didn't get your drinks until your entrees were delivered, right?
yeah, the car bomb didn't come to I think the entree was on the table and then it came later.
He just seemed like he was really out
He was
of it.
the worst.
It was not good service. It became a joke.
No Gabby, that's for sure.
Or John.
We're setting the bar,
Did
those
you
two.
say your opinion?
I would say that my opinion of it is, it sounds like it's a negative opinion, but I honestly, it's the only sit-down restaurant in the park, right? Or is there
Are we
another?
still talking about
Lombards.
desserts?
I
Lombards,
said, yeah.
okay.
Did you ever say what your opinion
Your
was of the creme brulee?
creme-
Oh, I said it while you were talking about the other thing. Oh, and then it was okay. I don't know what it was. It was
It was
not
a blob
I
on
know
a-
it said creme brulee, but I was like, what is this?
Okay,
That's
wait,
what
wait.
I was looking
Okay,
for. Thank
wait,
you.
we need
Cookies and
to-
cream.
Wait, we need to describe what happened. Rhino put his spoon into the shooter and pulled
Yeah,
the
the
spoon
other word you were about
back
to say is what I
out,
thought.
and it was like creme brulee on a stick.
Yeah.
It was this complete block of creme brulee blobbiness.
I thought it was cheesecake until I had some of Craig's cheesecake, and then I was like, no, the give is too much on mine. Like, this is cheesecake after it gave up.
It was a sight to behold.
Yeah, cookies and cream.
Okay, cookies. Mine was fine. I don't have any complaints about it other than my little Oreo cookie was a bit soggier than I would have liked it to be.
But you were fascinated by it.
I was. Well, because it was small. And I know you guys say that there's these things called mini Oreos, but I didn't know they existed. So the other thing that was a little bit unusual was they're still laughing at me.
Am I eating this right? But am I eating this right?
Adventures in Food with JL. Anyway, the whipped cream topping, or what I thought was whipped cream topping, I'm not entirely sure that's what it was. It tasted more like double stuff, like the contents that you find in an Oreo. So that was a bit of a shock to me. I thought it was going to be whipped cream, but anyway, it was fine. I didn't have a problem with my dessert. I ate all of it, and I'm not raving about it, but I didn't hate it. It was good.
Good. Final opinions. Throw it back to you, JL.
I was a fan of Finnegans until this meal. I just didn't have. I usually, you guys know, finish everything on my plate. It takes me a little longer to get there, but I get there. I just couldn't do it with this one. I'm not saying I will never go again. I probably will, especially on Halloween Horror Nights, just because it's so convenient. But I will not be ordering the fish and chips there ever again. I don't think that part was not a good experience for me.
Interesting. Rhino.
Okay, so I think it was 2 appetizers, 3 entrees, and the desserts, and it was like $60, right?
$60 after tip with our annual pass discount.
Oh, after tip. Okay.
After tip, yeah.
So, that's not including drinks. Yeah. It's like I look at that price level and I'm kind of like, okay, it's actually not that bad. We were in a sit-down restaurant inside. There was a full bar in there. It's not some place where I'm knocking down the door to go back to, but I also don't think it's a bad option to go to. It is still one of my favorite places to go get a drink. So, it's a medium for me. Yeah.
I think the key word here to describe Finnegans is convenience. If it's convenient that there's no one trying to get in and you can go in and have a nice relaxing meal, then go for it. If you're in the mood for something that's on the menu, no beating around the bush, just go and try to get it. For the prices that are offered on the menu, it's really not that bad. You can do more damage at Leaky Cauldron or even Fast Food Boulevard, throughout the rest of Universal Studios. So I think that it's kind of on par with what it costs to eat there. The quality, the atmosphere, everything combined all together. So I can't recommend it, but I can't say avoid it either. It's just if it works for you and you want to try to give it a shot, absolutely give it a shot. Just
maybe don't have really high expectations.
Yeah, manage your
Manage the
expectations on this one.
expectations.
Well, thank you guys. This was a fun one. I can't really wait to get out of here and go eat some corned beef and have a Guinness and
I'm doing that. That is in my agenda today.
go home blasting my Flogging Molly and the rest of my Irish punk bands that I listen to.
Oh yeah, name another one.
What's the other one
Big
that's
D
more
and the Kids
popular?
Table. I don't know.
What's the more popular one? I never could really be a big fan of them.
Augustana? I don't know.
Isn't House of Pain Irish?
I only know
that's-
Flogging Molly, really.
How did we not go to you two in all this?
Oh
Irish
my
talk?
God! Yeah, I'm gonna go. You go do Flogging Molly. I'll blare the Joshua Tree on my way home. What? That's the name of their album.
I understand it though. Dropkick Murphys.
There you go.
There we go.
There it is.
Yeah. never been a huge fan of them. But no, it's been a fun St. Patrick's Day. I can't wait to actually go and celebrate it. So we're going to wrap this one up. Of course, for videos, photos, more, all that, make sure you're always following along to our social media, Facebook, Twitter. That's it. A little bit of Instagram from time to time. That's the best way to keep up to date with everything that's happening in the news and all the adventures of our Universal team that we have there. And of course, if you don't know where to find that, go to disunplug.com. That's where our show notes belong. And there you will find links to everything we do and talk about, as well as all the other shows that exist on the Dis Unplugged podcast network. And make sure you're subscribed to us on iTunes as well as YouTube, both of our YouTube channels. And make sure you're leaving us comments on iTunes about how much you hate our singing. And on and on YouTube, now's the time, people out there. If you're watching this, go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Let us know that you like what we're doing. And leave us comments. Engage with us. We're willing to engage back, but you got to make the first step in this crazy game called conversations. So, thank you guys all again. We appreciate it. Wouldn't be doing this without you. So that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Universal, the Universal
resolutions
edition
of
the
Dis Unplugged.
Dis Unplugged Hotel?
Hotel, Motel 6. What is this show again?
I had a renamed version of it before, and I already forgot it.
Yeah, that was tough. So that's going to do it for us. We will be back with you next week for this episode. Where we'll do our resolutions then. We will. But until then, remember, St. Patty's is universal.